This was actually a few days ago, so they're not as in bloom now as they were then. But here are some very old lilac bushes that were blooming in my neighborhood that I got to enjoy for a few days. Then at the end, there's this white one and lilies. Hello. I thought we could take a look at the People magazine with Helen Mirren on the cover. This is from May 9th. It's the double beauty issue. Don't call it beauty, call it swagger. And look at her beautiful outfit, draped in gray tones and of course silver to match her pretty silver hair. The stunning Oscar winner, 76, on Defying Expectations and Making Life a, quote, surprising adventure. She looks beautiful. And the first thing we see is this ad, but it's made to look like the People magazine cover. It has the same font and everything. And here we see a supermodel eating a hamburger, dipping it in Velveeta cheese. And it's an ad for Velveeta. That's La Dolce Velveeta. Do whatever tastes right. And then we have a model in a blow-up pool here on a lounge chair, and they're eating a bowl of Velveeta mac and cheese. There's a nice green ad. And here we have our chatter. And first thing we have is Jason Bateman, and he's talking about Ozark not ending on such a happy note for his family in that series that he is the father of. And he's quoted as saying, hopefully the audience will think, they've kind of threaded the needle between a happy ending, but they're limping. And next we have Jessica Simpson. Ooh, look at that plunge. And she is talking about the fact that she acquired her clothing line. She bought it back for $65 million, but she may be a little cash strapped after that, because she says, I went to Taco Bell the other day and my card got denied. I'm sure she'll be all right. And here's Luke Bryan. Look at that toothy smile. And he's talking about how he started his music career while working on his family's peanut farm. I never knew that about him. And he says, I'd have to drive through the night and sing college shows with peanut dust in my lungs. And here is this beauty, Chloe Sevigny. And she's talking about her son. And she says, he's not even 2, and he's already insisting on wearing one thing or another. So yeah, he's a chip off the old block. She's quite a fashion icon. So that it sounds like her little boy is following in mom's footsteps. And here's Terry Crews, and he's talking about Chris Rock's reaction to the slap, the famous slap. And he is quoted as saying, the true definition of toughness was what Chris did in taking a punch and then holding everything together. And here we have Naomi Campbell, and she's talking about how her own self-care has changed since she became a mother. And she says, I'm definitely careful of what I'm putting inside my body, what I eat, what I drink. It all comes out in your skin. That's probably true. And here are the 5 things we're talking about. We always start with number 5. Darren Barnett reps Victoria's Secret's pink. This heartthrob is becoming this retailer, Victoria's Secret, the first male celebrity brand ambassador. Number 4 is Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are teaming up together again, and they are making a movie about the creation of the Nike corporation. They're writing it. They're going to write, produce, and star in it. Number 3 is Kevin Bacon marvels over his vintage Subway ad. I guess that he has an ad. This is from 1986, this ad. It was for a crime drama that he did that year, and it's reportedly on display in some subway stations in New York City. And he reacted to it. It says commented online, so I don't know if it was on Twitter or what. Number 2 is Lindsay Lohan has a podcast. It's called The Lowdown. Lohdwown. Little play on her last name. And then the number 1 thing is Queen Elizabeth has been, the Jubilee is being celebrated with the creation of a Barbie doll. It's a limited edition Platinum Jubilee doll. It sold out in one day. There's a TM. There's the table of contents, and here we have friends Sydney Sweeney and Maud Apatow. Kicking off the beautiful issue 2022. Neutrogena Retinol Pro Plus. There's a lot of beauty products advertised in this. There's more on what we'll see in the magazine, the table of contents, pics and ads, table of, the letter to the editor, and here's behind the scenes with Helen. And here's a couple of the products that they used. She is a brand ambassador for L'Oreal as one of the other many things she does, and they used L'Oreal Paris Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation and L'Oreal Paris Elnet Satin Hairspray Stronghold to keep up that beautiful bun. There's a picture of the photo shoot. What's this? Brooke Burke is advertising this. Well, she's promoting this workout shoe from Skechers. And here's an ad for the First Lady on Showtime. Viola Davis is portraying Michelle Obama, and Michelle Pfeiffer is portraying Betty Ford, and Gillian Anderson is portraying Eleanor Roosevelt. New episode streaming now. Here we have Royals at Work and Play. Here we have Prince Louis. He turned 4. Looks like a happy little guy, doesn't he? And look at the Queen up here. Are these horses? What are they? Maybe they're ponies. Look at her. They are fell ponies. Aren't they cute? They're all white. Here's William and Kate. And here was Prince Harry at the Invictus Games that he is such a big part of. Oh, look at Jane Seymour's son. Mother-son smiles. This is in LA on April 20th. And they attended the premiere of The Offer, and her son is Sean M. Flynn. I think they kind of look like each other. Oh, look at Matthew McConaughey and his, I think he's got 3 kids. I'm not sure. I don't know. But here's Livingston and Levi, and they went to a Longhorns orange-white spring game. I don't know. I think they kind of look like their mom. They definitely have Dad's hair. Paint the town purple. Ooh, look at Blake Lively. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Where is she? New York City. She is at Gigi Hadid's 27th birthday party. And here we have Vegas, April 22nd. John Legend launched his Love in Las Vegas residency at the Zappos Theater at Planet Hollywood. And here we have the blushing bride-to-be, Avril Lavigne. She is marrying Maud Sun when. This is at their engagement party. I don't know when they're getting married, it doesn't say. And Tom Holland and Zendaya are sightseeing in Boston here. Here's Anthony Ramos, and he surprised students at the screening of his new animated movie, The Bad Guys. New York City, April 21st. Friends Forever, we have Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin, and they were promoting their show's premiere. Oh, look at this. Take Me Out to the Ball Game. This is in Houston. We have Simone Biles and her fiance, Jonathan Owens, and they are at the Astros versus Angels game. And here we have Beanie Feldstein, and she took a bow after her debut as Fanny Bryce in the Broadway revival of Funny Girl. New York City, April 24th. This is an Ibrance ad. Here we have our fashion picture. They have made it smaller. These up here are from Coachella, and we have Lizzo up here with Harry Styles, and they were singing, well, one of the things they sung was I Will Survive. And who do we have up here? Hayley Williams and Billie Eilish singing together. Down here we have Casey Musgraves in a vintage gown, Nicole Kidman in custom Prada that was at the premiere of The Northman, her new movie. Maya Rudolph and Valentino, this was at the Oscars. Isla Fisher, oh look at that. That's at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. She can wear anything. Stormy Reed in La Pointe, and she's at the Essence Black Women in Hollywood Awards. It's pretty. And Tracy Ellis Ross, and that's just on Jimmy Kimmel. She looks good. She's always got such high heels on. March is mental health, or May is mental health month, and here it seizetheawkward.org. I've seen this ad in several magazines. They promote checking in on people with a little text, and this person is texting somebody, you good? Question mark. Or maybe they're texting somebody, just checking in. How are you doing? And here's Ewan McGregor. If you watched Fargo, which we did, this lady, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, was in it with him, and they are now married. Here they are with his parents. And he was married to somebody, I don't know who, Eve Mavrakis. I don't know if she's an actress, for 20-something years, 22 years, and they have 4 children. But they got divorced, and now he's married to her. They fell in love on the Fargo set. Here's a little story about Will Smith. He's gone to India. He retreats to India after the slap, and here is Chris Rock in New York City. He's on a comedy tour. I guess it just all speaks to the fact that everybody's moving on, right? Things happen. Look at this bobcat. And this is a cat who thinks he's a bobcat. Born to love meat. It's an ad for Blue cat food. I saw this and I didn't even know Sean Penn was married to somebody else. I thought he was still with Charlize Theron. But he had married this lady, Lila George. And okay, I mean, he's 61 and she's 30, but, you know, who am I to judge? But they are getting a divorce. They were married for 15 months. And here we have Ryan Seacrest and Aubrey Page. And they have quite an age difference too, but they are being spotted together, so I don't know. Let's see what happens with that. And here we have Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox, and they are out, and they talk about an Instagram tribute that one had to the other on their birthday, but they are definitely a thing. And engaged, Sophia Richie and Elliot Grange. This is a record label executive, and of course that is Lionel Richie's model daughter. Here we have Jonathan Groff and Leah Michelle inside our 15-year friendship. This issue of People spotlights a lot on friendships. Look at all the different things they've done together. And Howie Mandel on family, fibbing, and his new gig. He's talking about his new show. He's 66, and his new show is Bull Bleep, the game show, and it's on Netflix. And I guess they're trying to judge if other people are lying. I don't know. I've never watched it. But good for him, he has found work again. Alan Pompeo stands up for Katherine Heigl. And this is about some drama on Grey's Anatomy. And Ellen is speaking out in support of Katherine on her podcast. What's her podcast called? Tell Me. So if you want to know more about that, listen to her podcast. Nora Jones, Come Away With Me turns 20. Here she is with all her Grammys in 2003. Is that a 3? Yep. And here she is now, looking a little older. Her quote is, "Trying to stay on top can be exhausting, and I never wanted that for myself." Good. And look who's having it. Expecting, or did they already have a baby? Yes, Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad and Lauren Paul, and this is the babe. His name is Ryden, and that they expanded their family. That is in addition to daughter, a story. Isn't that different? And Jennifer Lawrence had a baby with this man. His name is, what's his name? Cook Maroney. He's an art gallerist. She had a baby, and they're not saying name or gender on baby, keeping it to themselves. I think Rihanna had her baby, but we've all seen the baby bump. We've seen it many times in these magazines. But Dad here, A$AP Rocky, he's under a police investigation. No, I want that baby not under any stress at home. So let's get that cleared up, okay? And then Maria Sharapova is expecting her first child with her businessman fiance. Bill Murray is involved in some controversy. He's being accused of inappropriate behavior, and he's suspended off a project, I guess, or maybe even gotten rid of. In Splits, we have Real Housewives star Ashley Darby and her husband are splitting after nearly 8 years of marriage. And 2 days after Sherry Papini pled guilty following her false kidnapping claim, her husband Keith filed for divorce. Ezra Miller was arrested in Hawaii on a second-degree assault charge. See how that turns out. And up here, this man, Robert Morse, you remember him from Mad Men if you watched that. He had a very long career, but he has passed away. He was in a lot of things. He was a Broadway actor. Now, who got married? Dustin Johnson, and he has married Paulina Gretzky, the 33-year-old daughter of Wayne Gretzky. They've been together for a while. They have kids who are quite grown. And Carrie L was in the health department here. He was in A Princess Bride, played the prince, and he was bitten by a rattlesnake near his Malibu home. Jared Padalecki, he's right here, he suffered undisclosed injuries in a car accident. And Orrin Hatch has passed away, as has Jim Hartz, who co-hosted Today with Barbara Walters for a couple years in the 70s, if you remember that, if you're of that age. Opsilura, it's cream for eczema. Here's our stories to make us smile. This little guy here knows how to make bowls from wood, and see the blue and yellow colors of the Ukrainian flag are featured in there, and he raised $324,000 for Ukraine. His Instagram page is @Clarky-Woodwork. And this is a handmade beechwood bowl, and that is a lady that won it. And they must have auctioned it. And this is a really wonderful story. This is a Staffordshire Terrier mix, so it's basically a pit bull mix. But this couple here adopted Janice here, who is 9. And where do they live? Janice was a stray, and I already read this. Oh, Ohio, Lisbon, Ohio, and she's been at the shelter for a long time as an older dog. And this couple, I want to read their names. Mark and Melanie Hamid. Janice found her forever home. This is a story about the show The Offer, which is a behind-the-scenes saga of how they made The Godfather. Giovanni Ribisi's in it, amongst other people. This story really belongs to a band of passionate originals. Here's Francis Ford Coppola and Marlon Brando on set in 1972. That's on Paramount TV. This old lady has collagen in it. I see this advertised all the time when I turn the TV on. I love that for you. And this is about these ladies. They're all funny ladies, these comedians, but the show is set on a QVC or home shopping type set. They're hosts. And then they have the series finale of Ozark. It's ending. And this is a series on Disney Plus, Polar Bear. And it's family oriented, so I'm assuming that means there's nothing too, sad or would make kids cry or me cry. And it follows, it imagines the inner life of a female polar bear. And her reflections are articulated with gentle flintiness by the actress Catherine Keener. Miranda Lambert has a new album, Palomino, available April 29th, so that's been out for a while. And this is an ad for the Cherry Blossom Glad Bags. Better Homes and Gardens. What do we have here? Oh, this has been advertised a lot too. On this man is Cho Watella Geo 4. that's how I'm going to say his name, and it's The Man Who Fell to Earth. And I remember this movie with David Bowie. I think it's from the 70s, but they've made a mini-series out of it. This man was in 12 Years a Slave, and this is on The Man Who Fell to Earth is on Showtime. I've not seen this yet. Is it out yet? It says streaming now. On Netflix, The Mystery of Marilyn Monroe, The Unheard Tapes, and that is a documentary. HBO, The Baby, it's a comedy horror. And I guess the story is that a single woman she somehow finds a baby or something. It says, this series is like a mysteriously sinister inversion of Baby Boom, more like Baby Doom. And this is Billy the Kid's Tom Blythe, one to watch. He's 27 years old, British, and he grew up obsessed with Westerns. And he is on the EPIX new series, and that's on Sundays. Billy the Kid, and the baby's on Sundays too. Oh, the best new books. Adriana Trigiani, The Good Left Undone, that is Book of the Week. Jennifer Close, Marrying the Ketchup. Jessie Klein, I'll Show Myself Out. And this is a Q&A from Tina Brown talking about her book, The Palace Papers. She's a former Vanity Fair editor and a longtime royal watcher. Here we have a L'Oreal hat with Helen Mirren. You're worth it. And here is her article. Helen Mirren is still growing up. Isn't that beautiful? She drives fast, swears without hesitation, and admits she still has more to learn. And here's that beautiful, I don't know, I guess this is a shawl, but look at her nails. I love that nail polish and that pretty ring. Other people call it growing older, but I call it growing up. And here she is with her husband. He's a director, Taylor Hackford, and she met him when she auditioned for the film White Nights. And here she is as a little girl. 5 decades of stunning. Look at her. All the different films she's done. A lot. The many faces of Helen Mirren all throughout the years. 5 decades. I've always tried to surprise people. And here's a beautiful pink blouse. I'm always proud, or most proud that I always, and she says, say thank you. Fear is a terrible thing. But is there anyone who doesn't struggle with that? And here she is wrapped in like a chiffon up here. And she's asked what she'll never do again, and her response is, I will never rap again. Ooh, look at her in a bikini. This was in 2008. You have more than 140 movie and TV credits spanning over 55 years. What motivates her? She says she loves storytelling. And this is Helen's beauty hack. It's castor oil, which is very cheap. And what does she do with it? She uses a little bit in her hair, very, very little. It gives a little shine, a little separation. I use it on my eyebrows, eyelashes, fingernails, and skin. You can do the same with olive oil too, but I've never heard of using, I'm sure castor oil is far less expensive than olive oil, maybe not. Look at this beautiful gown. When you're 20, 40 is ancient. So when you're 40, you realize it's not ancient at all. It's absolutely fine. That's true. Is this a new, yep, it's a new Clinique product. It's a peptide complex, smart clinical repair. Here's Sandra Bullock. What is she doing? The Year and Beautiful. So these women are making their mark. They are stunning inside and out. Boy, she looks pretty good, huh? She's 57. Reese Witherspoon. So they have some young ones here too. Daisy Edgar Jones from Where the Crawdads Sing. Here's Zendaya again from Euphoria. She's 25. And Kelly Riley from Yellowstone on Paramount. And Halle Berry. She says, working out is fuel for me. Olivia Rodrigo, look at those beautiful earrings. Oh, she looks beautiful. She's currently on tour. And she is, of course, very young. Here's Adele, 15 Grammy wins, 33 years old. Tracy Ellis Ross, Jung Ho Yeon. She's from South Korea. I'm sorry if I screwed her name up. From the Squid Game. Julia Garner from Ozark. Quinta Brunson. She created and stars in that show Abbott Elementary. Look at those beautiful braids. It's beautiful. Lily James. Oh, look at that flowing gown. Carrie Coon from The Gilded Age. And Andie MacDowell's just gone gray. She's keeping her long hair, but she's not dyeing it. She is 64. Melanie Linsky, a Yellow Jacket standout, and there's Viola Davis. Oh, here comes a bus. There's a big baseball game at the park that I live near, and some people got bussed there today, the team. So there goes that bus. Here's Zoe Kravitz. Look at those flowers in her hair. Isn't that beautiful? She can STEM, so can you. Here's Jennifer Connelly. And she is in the upcoming Top Gun sequel. Jessica Chastain, she just won the Oscar for The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Juno Temple. She says she loves supporting other women, and Selena Gomez. This is an ad. Oh, here comes another bus, I think. Another La Dolce Velveeta ad. Look at all these different Velveeta. There's Velveeta in a ice cream cone. Somebody eating macaroni and cheese out of a martini glass, it looks like. Dipping Velveeta. Feeling like $1,000,000 is free. So here we have not just a pretty face, Mindy Kaling in her flowing gown, and she's building a house of cards here. And she said in the little clip here that she grew up with very overprotective parents, and they encouraged their kids just to sit at home and play cards and not go out. Ooh la la. Jennifer Coolidge from White Lotus, and she is 60. She took art classes in college, but never painted something like this. Here we have Chloe Fineman. So here we have Chloe Fineman from SNL. And she says that she grew up in Berkeley, California, and she grew up in awe of her mother's cake decorating skills. And look at all these goodies that she's surrounded by. A beautiful pink dress, and these pedestals are pink, and it's a lovely picture. This is the entertainment weekly ad, what to watch, solving your daily viewing dilemma. And here we have Celeste Barber, and she is the picture is her as a one-woman band begging for money. Well, not begging, performing for money. She says she used to play the flute and the piano, and she is starting the U.S. leg of her tour in July. Here's Regina Hall, and this photo is with the New York City Gotham's Roller Derby League. She spent the day with them. Look at her roller skates. They're golden. Here are some of the people involved in that. That's cool. Oh, I missed that person. They fell. Look at that beautiful yellow dress. Beautiful. Continuing on with the beautiful issue, we have ready for their close-up. This girl is from Riverdale, Lily Reinhart. So the trend, number 1, is bright liner. Look at that. It's pink. She can certainly pull it off. Photographed by Sammy Drazen. Beautiful. Trend number 2, lacquer lips. Look at those earrings and that beautiful ring. And we have Danae Denton. Photo by Sarah Silver. No, Sarah? Yes. Maybe it's Saran. It's Sarah. Sarah Silver. Sarah with an H. Trend number 3, all over peach. And here we have Sadie Sink. And her beautiful red hair and her peach highlights on her cheeks. Trend number 4, brushed up brows. Josie Tota from Saved by the Bell. And she can certainly pull that off very well. She looks beautiful. Look at that beautiful blouse. Here we have cuties to beauties, and they have the child or baby picture of someone, and then the grown-up picture. We have a lot of different people. Yara Shahidi from Grownish. Catherine Schwarzenegger Pratt. Vanessa Leachy. Oh, maybe she was a tomboy. Casey Wilson. Irina Shayk. What a beautiful child. Bella Hadid. Then and now. Chrissy Metz. Naomi Watts. And Savannah Guthrie. Then and now. Come on. Camila Mendez. From Riverdale as well. Beanie Feldstein again. Look at that leopard print outfit. Maybe she was playing dress up. There's Amy Schumer, Mickey Guyton, Leslie Mann. She doesn't look much different. Kelsey Ballerini, Priyanka Chopra Jonas, Phoebe Denevor, and Emma Roberts. A lot of them don't look much different from cute kids. Next feature is My Ride or Die, and this features two celebrities who have found their best friend through thick and thin. And we saw these two earlier in the magazine, Sydney Sweeney and Maud Apatow. Matching tops. Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King. It says Gayle first appeared on Oprah's show in 1986. We have Sarah Paulson and Amanda Peet. I've seen them in a lot of things. It's a nice contrasting photo. And we have Octavia Spencer and Allison Janney. They've co-starred in a lot of things too. That's a beautiful photograph. Those beautiful black and white photographs. Science Diet dog food and cat food too. And here we have some stars with their My Beautiful Fur Babies. And here's Jennifer Aniston with Lord Chesterfield. Look at that face. And she's grateful for him, she says, on Instagram. Chrissy Teigen and Petey. Oh, look at him. He's a rescued poodle. I'm assuming he's a he, I don't know. Kristen Bell and Whiskey. He's a little cutie. Here's the People Podcast. And, oh, there's Jennifer Garner and Mouse, her little kitty. Zoe Saldana and Dulce. And he's a golden doodle. Aquafina and Huang Un Lum, comedian, and her rescue dog. There's Shakira and her bunny rabbit, Toby, and this was at Christmas time. They each have on a Santa hat. And here's Courtney Cox with these two, Bear and Lily, and they are dressed up for St. Patrick's Day. And here's beauty at every age. I'm not going to read them all, but we have, I think they're all ladies, yes, in their 20s, 30s, and, oh, Taylor Swift, 32, I never knew that. Blake Lively in their 30s, and then we get to 40s. Natalie Portman is 40, Venus Williams, Tiffany Haddish. Oh, Cameron Diaz is 49. And then we get into the 50s. We get into the 60s. Vanna White, 65. And 70s. Cheryl Ladd still looking good at 70, huh? Look at these beauties in their 70s. Bette Midler, 76. And at 80, Martha Stewart, and it says, stunning. This is an ad. This is an ad for European Wax Center. The first wax is free, waxcenter.com. Here's a big article on Andrew Garfield, having faith in the journey. The actor reflects on fame and celebrates his late mother's memory as he stars in his first American TV series, Under the Banner of Heaven. Here's some of his famous friendships. And here he is with his mother, whom he lost. And here's all in 1 year what he was in. The Eyes of Tammy Faye. I haven't seen it yet, but I want to watch it. And they say he's wonderful in it. Tick, Tick, Boom, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Under the Banner of Heaven. Handsome guy. It says here one of his pop culture pleasures is RuPaul's Drag Race. This is kind of like people always has a true life. I guess this could kind of be considered a crime. I don't know. A lot of these kids in the same area, and adults too, got diagnosed with cancer from a plant that was a toxic plant in California. It was one of the most contaminated sites in California, and this was the Santa Susana Field Lab. And they used to do something with rocket ships there, but they left a lot of toxicity behind, and people got sick. In 2014, as her daughter Grace battled leukemia at a Los Angeles hospital, Melissa Bumstead made an alarming discovery. Several of the other children with cancer at the hospital were her neighbors. The cancer was all around us. Her daughter is fine now, but some of these kids didn't make it, and they did die. And this has inspired them to activism. I don't want any other children to suffer like Grace, says Melissa, and here's their family. Here's her journey through treatment, receiving chemotherapy. Very sad. And here's the story you can't escape. But, you know, I love Johnny Depp. I don't know anything about this lady, but, you know, it's working itself out. My favorite Johnny Depp movie is What's Eating Gilbert Grape. That might age me, but I don't know. He's had a long and illustrious career, and there are revelations of the courtroom drama. The former couple exposed shocking details of their tumultuous relationship as their heated legal showdown continues. There's a whole article on that. Oh, and here's some bruises that they both gave each other, and here they are in happier times in 2015 at the Venice Film Festival. And an insider has said their courtship was too good to be true. Isn't that always the truth? You always have to look into something that's too darn happy. Or not, maybe not. But here's, they wed here on his private island. And here's Paul Bettany that has been somehow drug into this, and Marilyn Manson. Johnny Depp's mom. And here's a story about Ann Wilson from Heart. Doesn't she look beautiful? She is at least in her 60s, I'm sure. Here are their band with her sister, Nancy. And that it says it's in 1990. She's survived sexism in rock, worked through family drama, and made her peace with the industry's expectations. And her quote is, "I was never one for the rules." She has a new album, and this is it. It is called Fierce Bliss. Here is her and her sister, and this is in 1980. Look at those two. She has found love again. She reconnected with someone, and they've been married since 2015. So this was later on in her life she reconnected, and this is them performing in 2015 as well, when they were inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Music is this other world I can slip into to be safe and be happy. And here is their true crime story. A doctor acquitted in 14 patient deaths. Was it mercy or murder? Prosecutors said Dr. William Hussel, Husel,
deliberately killed more than a dozen ICU patients with fentanyl, but a jury disagreed inside this shocking case. He's been acquitted, but there are, it says, several civil lawsuits against him that the family members of all these people who are up here are all the people that died under his care. And this is in Ohio, I think. Yes, Columbus, Ohio. Let me make sure. One of the widows says, "I will tell anyone who will listen that man needs to go to prison." Between 2015 and 2008, Dr. Hustle prescribed suspiciously high fentanyl amounts to 14 patients at Mount Carmel West Hospital in Columbus, Ohio. Here's him and his wife. Amazon truck must be out there. Look at Apollonia Cotero. Look at her at age 61, I think. She looks so good. My Life with Prince. 6 years after the pop star's death, his longtime friend and Purple Rain muse shares memories of their private world, and she says, "I still see Prince in everything, no matter how much time goes by." So she was born and raised in LA to Mexican immigrant parents, and she began modeling at 12. Here she is with Prince. Here she is with Prince too, and look at that. Very racy photo. And that is in, it says these are both in 1984. She was his good friend and longtime collaborator. Occasionally they'd butt heads over Prince's perfectionism. He was competitive and he challenged everyone. Here's Jodie Sweetin. She's getting married to this man who is a drug and rehab counselor. She's got 2 children by other people, but she has found love again. And she says, "I have a very full life." She's talking about turning 40. She has a magical relationship with her new fiance and how she has finally learned to accept her past. And here is when she was on Beyond the Edge and remembering her TV dad, Bob Saget. "The one thing I always knew is that Bob was proud of me." And he, of course, played Danny Tanner on both shows. Here they are in 2017. She sure seems like she's doing well. She's overcome a lot of her problems. Here's the People Royals special issue. And here are Courtney Cox's, well, this is a Mother's Day gift guide. Dad has passed, but you can always buy Mom a gift anytime, right? What do we got? A 5-star makeup brush here. Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Concealer Brush. The Wear Anywhere Lip Color. Yves Saint Laurent Rouge Volupté Shine Lipstick Balm. And she says, "This is the color I've worn for years. It goes with everything, and it's very moisturizing." What is this? This is a hand-poured candle that burns for 60 hours. CC candle, CECE. And she says the fragrance is a unique combination of oils and perfume that she's been wearing. Cardamom and dried yerba mate leaves. Closet Essential. She has a sweater defuzzer, and she says no matter how expensive a sweater is, within a wear or 2, it will always pill. And that's coming from somebody that could afford the most expensive sweater in the whole world, I would say. And this is the Natural Body Brush, Skin Stimulating Body Brush by is it? Espa Skincare. And a classic all-white kick from Reebok. Good shock absorption and durable rubber soles make this a wardrobe staple. And this is Osé Skin Soothing Body Lotion, and it's anti-aging. And Courtney says, this is an incredible balm that works beautifully alone or under your favorite cream. It has seaweed in it. And we have some of Padma Lakshmi's favorites. Well, up here we have a mortar and pestle that she makes guacamole and pesto with. I would love that. And there's a kitchen do-all here, a do-it-all, a large wok, a lid, 2 racks, chopsticks, tongs, rice paddle, spatula, and a cookbook. This is Joyce Chen wok, and this was from Ancient Cookware, Molcahete. This is a card holder, a woman-owned company, flap card holder. And these are wood tasting spoons from karmagifts.com. And here's her book, Love, Loss, and What We Are. Here's a home refresher, ultrasonic home aroma diffuser right here. Laneige water sleeping mask. And a starry display is down here. I would love to see this. The Galaxy Starlight Projector from solarflametorch.com. It's great for moms and babies. I bet you that's really cool. Here we have Ollie Wentworth. She's out. Yes, she wrote a book, All's Well That Ends Well. And here's her favorite things, a custom chopping block. They can engrave whatever you want on it. Kid painted pottery. Find a local independently owned paint your own pottery studio near you. And that's advertising to buy a gift card for that. Here's a grown-up bubble bath, well-kept blossom bubble bath, and that's from goop.com. It's from goop.com. I'm drawing a blank. You know who it's by. I can't think of her name. Gwyneth Paltrow. Here's Spa in a box. The packaging is as beautiful as the products. Ooh, it looks beautiful. OndaBeauty.com. Here's her book. And Baked from Scratch. BarefootContessa.com. Look at that cake. You can do it. Make Mom a homemade cake. And she baked that. You can bake a cake. Give it a try. Just leave yourself time, and nobody's perfect. You learn by mistakes. Here's some a new Dove. What do we have here? Kolu Henry. I hope I'm saying your name right. Potato chip crusted fried chicken. This is the second recipe of this type that I've seen with crushed up, in this case, barbecue chips used as a breading for chicken. And yes, the latest book by this person is Kolu Cooks, Colu. 20 makeup tips that really work. Prep your skin, massage your face, dab on eye cream, smooth your skin. And then they have products that will do that. Create a flawless canvas, brighten under eyes, upgrade your base, and blend, blend, blend. Seems like a lot of work, doesn't it? Brighten up your complexion, and here we have a Sadie Sink, like we saw in previous pages, and we saw her too, Lily Reinhardt. Stick to one color, enhance your cheeks, add some glow. Number 4, play up your eyes, amp up your lashes, and this is a Bobbi Brown product. Get precise with liner, and fake it. These are Ardell Duralash Medium Black, ardellshop.com. What's this an ad for? Something to lose weight, a supplement. Here's, oh, there's all the same people from that. Fluff your brows. Make your eyes sparkle. What's that? A Dior Show 24-hour style in pearly bronze. And that is, look at that liner, pearly bronze. Pucker up. Line your lips. That's from Buxom. And it's Powerline Plumping Lip Liner. Pump up the volume, and this is Too Faced Lip Injection. And get extra shine. Let the base color dry, and then apply your gloss on top. Look at, I love those earrings. They're like a traffic light now that I'm looking at them. I don't know if that's the intention or not. It probably isn't. Set your look, lock it down. And this is a Till Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. Once you get done with all that, spray it down so it doesn't get screwed up. Here's the puzzles. Look at David Beckham. I don't know if that's the youngest child. That is Harper, though. And Nicolas Cage. And he is out with it, promoting his new movie, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. The last thing he took from a set was the snakeskin jacket that he wore in Wild at Heart, and he gave it to Laura Dern, and he says he hopes she still has it. And the last thing we have is an ad. If you have a cat, I'm going to try this with my cat. She would love this, glazed and infused, because my cat is a gravy lover. With real shrimp and garden veggies, it's gravy glazing amazing. Look at that. She'll love that. It'll take my grocery store a while to get it. Here, what do we have? Oh, an ad for JCPenney Salon. Look at that beautiful face and those beautiful earrings. And I had to break out a couple times, but we made it through till the end. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.